Hello, everyone. It's been a pleasure coming your way to offer you some kind of clarity into some of the allegations made by the South African Football Association in relation to their last group stage World Cup qualifier against Ghana at the Cape Coast Sports Stadium, which was played on November 14. On November 15, South Africa filed an official complaint to FIFA indicating that they felt that the match, there was match fixing involved, there was match manipulation, there was corruption, and there was bribery, and they're calling on FIFA to investigate these. And they mentioned that they were going to send additional content or evidences within the next 72 hours. So we're actually expecting that by the close of this week, we should have all details of the evidences South Africa have submitted to FIFA. But one clear thing that I think everyone needs to understand is that don't dismiss South Africa's request for a replay of the match. Don't. Don't also take it hook, line, and sinker that the decision of South Africa to file an appeal means that the appeal will be granted by FIFA. Let me give the reason why I think that people should not dismiss it. And I'm going to lay a precedent and arrive at my decision. First, match manipulation, match fixing, bribery, and corruption can happen anywhere. Note that South Africa did not make these allegations against the Ghana FA. Just note it. They said they want the referee and other officials investigated. So, this is it. Anyone, anywhere can work with a referee or other officials to manipulate the outcome of a match. So, FIFA would need to gather evidences they require to ensure that they arrive at the award of the decision. We are all very much aware that South Africa's appeal will be sent to the FIFA Disciplinary Committee on November 23. Ghana Football Association has been asked to send their comments by November 20. So all these things are necessary in guiding FIFA in what FIFA wants to do. But as I stated here, I need to take it from a certain history. The history is that when South Africa played Senegal in the FIFA World Cup qualifiers, many would recall that that game was replayed. That game was replayed because, one, Senegal wanted the match investigated. Match fixing, match manipulation, bribery and corruption, and all this. In that game, a Ghanaian referee was the center man, Joe Lamte, who has since been banned for life. Okay, so FIFA is not an institution that will tell you that he who alleges must prove. FIFA doesn't work like that. FIFA is an institution, if you ask them to investigate, it's because you feel they've got a power to investigate. That's why you've asked them to investigate. So clearly they will investigate. In the Joe Lamte situation, FIFA noticed that South Africa were not involved in the party. Through FIFA's investigations, they noticed that there were external parties that influenced the outcome of the match. It could be betting companies, it could be anyone, anywhere. For whatever interest of the person, it is only the institutions that were involved, the referees and whatever. During FIFA's investigations, when FIFA came down to Ghana and spoke to J.O. Lamte, he denied that the match was fixed. He manipulated the outcome of the game. He denied and said it was an obvious error because upon hindsight, he noticed that it was a wrong call that he made. But he alleged that his assistant referee that day, David Laye, had called it was a penalty. When FIFA engaged David Laye, per what we know, David Laye denied. FIFA commissioned 15 top African referees to review the decisions that were made in the match. When these decisions were reviewed, they all concluded that it was terrible from the officials. FIFA engaged a professor from Scotland to help them also assess the match and advise. They also concluded that the match outcome was manipulated. Those are some interesting things we need to know. There's something called FIFA Radar. With FIFA Radar, FIFA has got every single thing they need to know. That FIFA Radar is critical. Decisions that were made in the match, whether they were influenced, whether they were right, and all that. FIFA have got that platform that they can use. This brings me to the point that I think Ghanaians should not be too excited saying that their appeal will come to a naught. FIFA will not ask South Africa for evidence. If the history I've provided can be a guidance point, just note that FIFA can equally do same in this South Africa versus Ghana match. And if FIFA is able to identify that the decisions of the referee were biased, were manipulated to influence the outcome of the match, FIFA can ask for a replay. Note, FIFA would investigate. They have said they will investigate. We are putting up the documents, the match commissioner's report, FIFA's letter, the allegations made by South Africa. All these documents are available to us. Upon going through all these documents, I just want people to have an open-minded, because anything can happen. Anything is possible. The referee can be sanctioned for poor refereeing, just as Joe Lamsey suffered, and a replay can be asked. Many people keep citing the example of when the Ghana FA had poor officiating in their game against Uganda. FIFA did not do anything about it. Forget. The Ghana FA did not ask for FIFA to investigate match fixing. They did not ask them to investigate match manipulation. That is the difference. Here, South Africa feels there were betting spikes. They will engage these betting companies. It was a similar thing they did in the Joe Lamte situation, where the professor from Scotland came into the picture. So it's going to be extremely critical. So at this point, it's quite difficult to actually say that it is a frivolous protest that would be thrown out. It is difficult to tell that FIFA can ask for a replay. We can only wait until FIFA is done with all the investigations. But I can guarantee you, FIFA Radar is going to play a part. FIFA will commission people to take a look at the match. And all these people would advise on what is best appropriate for the decision to be taken. Let's not forget one thing. If the referee had any external engagements with people to influence his decisions, they are going to play a role in the award of the decision that FIFA is going to give. And this is a non-starter. South Africa claim 89.3% of decisions went against them, 10.7% went in favor of Ghana. Trust me, all these are going to be investigated. And Rule 17 or 18 is going to be applied. And that is where we'll have a full picture of what South Africa wants from FIFA and what FIFA would say. Ghana FA have until November 20 to respond. Thank you for your time. I am Muftau Nabila Abdullahi.